First of all, I would like to welcome all of you, and I would like to welcome Your Excellency. And we appreciate your time to come to Arab News and to spend this time. Usually in Arab News we try to create a debate and a discussion and with the politicians, the diplomatic decision makers. We believe that media has to be part of the society, and sometimes we need to listen to the experts and their views. Unfortunately, in this region, for decades, we are always in turmoil, issue of differences, civil war, and we need to see hope. People of this region want to see hope, want to see peace, want to live a normal and peaceful life. And in our region here, in Saudi Arabia, we host more than 10 million expatriates. We appreciate their role. We appreciate the role in our development, in our growth. The Pakistani community here is playing a big and important role. And they are very peaceful, and they became part of the society. We remember some heroes. Farman Khan, who saved 14 lives of Saudi, and Shaukat Amin, who been awarded from the Crown Prince award because he saved the life of Saudi who was drawn in Asir Valley. Heroes that shows the real principle and the real values of the Pakistani people. We are happy to have this distinguished guest here in Arab News. I'll give it to my colleague Khalil to moderate the discussion.
Thank you very much, Mr. Harthi, for your introductory speech, and welcome. I also welcome all the guests. I asked Mr. Ambassador, you know that the community is doing excellent job here in Saudi Arabia, and 2.5 million people are staying here. So what are your expectations on this strong and brotherly relationship between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan?
Thank you, Mr. Khalil. And I think Mr. Harthi, he gave a good introduction of this topic. That Saudi Arabia is a country, one of the few countries where there is a lot of expatriate community. So expatriate community is a very important factor of the society. Almost 1/3 of the community is expatriate community. And this expatriate community has a very significant number of Pakistanis. If they are the second, I think, in the expatriate community. We have 2.5 to 2.6 million Pakistanis. Almost every expatriate here, I have found that he does not feel that he is living in a country where he is felt as if he is a foreigner. This society has a wonderful quality of accepting the people of different cultures and our different views. So this society has been the quality of accommodating other people. I think this is a very unique characteristic of this society. As you mentioned, the people who have put their own lives at stake, but they saved their Saudi brothers. Exactly. I think these examples are very good examples. The king, in the beginning of this year, he approved the operation and treatment of the conjoined twin of two sisters who were from Swat. Swat is one of the most affected area from the present day of terrorism. Yeah. And these people came here, they stayed here for 4 months. They were operated. Dr. Rabi is a wonderful doctor, and he did this operation. And you can imagine when a person is coming and bringing two children tied together, they cannot move, they cannot have a free life, and they don't know whether they will survive. And when he was going back, he saw the two daughters in two chairs. He was taking them in the two prams. Yeah. So I could not imagine the happiness on his face.
So if you see the original infrastructure being built in Saudi Arabia, I think Pakistani did a major role in that. This relationship between Saudi Arabia and Pakistan is not only as a business or money making. This is as a fraternal relationship, as a brotherhood. We consider this as a country, our own country. I think many people have lived here for 35 years and 40 years. Their children are working here. So it become like a you can say whole families enjoying working here. As coming to the aspect of terrorism, I think this is one of the how community can play a role in that. I think this is something we have to have a cohesive atmosphere, and as I feel one of the reason I'll talk as not as a Pakistani, as a Muslims. I think we have a lot of misguidance now. One of the role is this social media and electronic media, where you see many Islams which is not the true Islam. We used to have local Maulvis who used to give lecture, and they accordingly, I'll say, tempt people to do on slogans without really knowing the Islam. Islam, as you know, is a word come from peace. Islam gives you tolerance. Huzur Sallallahu lived 3 years in captivity in Makkah. And they lived like a starving, but they didn't revolt, they didn't do anything, because they know that they have a mission which has to go forward.
Actually, the feeding to social media is also the people. And as Mr. Harthi is saying, they were shocked when they heard Pakistani's name in the terrorist.
Yeah.
Although I think that Pakistan is the most affected country of the terrorism. Plus 50,000 people were killed because of this terrorism in Pakistan. And also, when the terrorism starts, the people, they are afraid. Where the bomb will come in the mosque, in the mall, where. So they become sick of blood pressure, sugar, and so it affects the whole society. And 50,000 people mean 50,000 families were affected. And when we heard in Saudi Arabia, Pakistani name, we were also shocked. How it's possible?
You mentioned, Mr. Ambassador, you know, of course, they are talking about the negative aspects of the social media, but the community within the kingdom, how is it responding to the issues that are raised within Pakistan?
Actually, even in the present situation, if you see all the coverage, so the media is reflecting that these people have problems, they have not been paid their salaries and they are not getting their food. But nothing, not a single word against Saudi Arabia, not a single word against Pak-Saudi friendship.
Islamic education. They are very educated, maybe doctor, but they have no proper Islamic education. And the other thing I would say, this money is also involved in this terrorism, and the people are paid to do the terrorism. It's not from any Islamic country, maybe from the West and from other countries. They are encouraging people and destabilizing the Islamic countries. Main purpose of these terrorists is to destabilize Islamic countries, destabilize their relationship, and destabilize each country. So they are not settled down. They are not get together and make the main. What I think is that all the Islamic countries should come together and have a proper system to how to tackle this terrorism.
I think this small incident, it cannot give the full picture or the real picture about any society. 19 who did the 9/11, but in reality, this is just a small percentage of the
Tiny minority.
Very tiny
very
minority.
tiny.
And we cannot just, if you ask about the Saudi, most of the Saudi are against this.
True.
And they don't believe in it. And we are in Saudi and Pakistan as well, we are the victim of the terrorism.
Yeah.
We are suffering
Pakistan.
more than any other Western
other
continent.
Sure.
And you come to hear someone saying, oh, well, the Saudi are supporting Daesh, for example. And it doesn't make sense.
sense.
Daesh, the first target for them
Yeah.
was the Saudi.
Saudi.
We are the one who are suffering from them.
If I can add one word, we have given the task to you now, Mr. Harthi, because you are dealing the media. I think
Very good challenge.
if you ask me to give one message, that would be careful. Media, it is an outbreak of information. Be careful. Whatever you receive, you don't accept it on the face value. You think over it. Use your common sense, logic, consult, and don't believe everything you are getting in the media.
We in the media, we don't highlight this role. But inside the community and within the community, there is a growing role for the community leaders because they are the mentor there. I'd like to thank, of course, Your Excellency, for coming and for giving this time. I appreciate it. I mean, I'm as a Saudi and as a media man, I'd like to thank you and to thank all the Pakistani community in Saudi Arabia. We appreciate their role and we consider them as brothers, and we have so many things common together, and between us there is long relations between the two countries. I would like to thank you for coming, and we hope that we can gather in other events with Arab News. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it.